Hello, and we are live here on chat. Oh, Nicholas Jones beating the buzzer as we are going live. Welcome. I wasn't sure if you were
Oh
going to make it
wow,
or not. I wasn't sure. We were texting, and he said he was going to, but I'm glad you were able to make it last second. So,
wow, just
here we
barely.
go. We got a halftime. Real quick to talk about this week's slate. Thank you for the thumbs up, Nicholas. We enjoy it. Say something if you can hear us. Okay, he's faking it. My name
He
is
he can clearly hear us. All
my
right,
my
all
name
right.
is Riley
Let's go ahead
Northover,
and
co-host Kirby Stancil and Nicholas Jones when he's not fucking around. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's talk about first. Let's start about Thursday or was it Friday or Thursday?
Friday, Christmas
Friday,
Day, 4:30.
Christmas Day, Vikings Saints. What did you guys think about that performance?
I mean, it was just a blowout for the most part. I don't know. I don't really have too much to take away, to be honest.
You don't have anything to
Um,
take away from that performance Alvin Kamara just put up?
I mean, yeah, it was a historic performance, but like I don't know if it changes my perception about the Saints in the playoffs. Like they kind of did like they still have a glaring issue of Drew Brees being their quarterback. That's
I,
the problem.
I agree. Nicholas, any thoughts?
Breeze had more downfield passes that game that looked good. I noticed that. I'm still not sold on him, but he did look improved. And Sean Payton continues to have the biggest hard on for one specific player I've ever seen, vulturing one of Kamara's touchdowns that could have put him at 7, breaking the record. His obsession with Taysom Hill is disgusting. It's worse than Kirby's obsession with white QBs that are taller than 6'4". It's ridiculous and it's nauseating. And I hate Sean Payton. I can't stand him.
Hey, I can agree with that. He's a very punchable face. Let's quickly move on to yesterday's slate of games. So there was three games that happened yesterday. Two were okay, or one of them was great, one of them was okay, and then one of them was horrible. Let's start with the horrible one. Buccaneers Lions, 47-7. What did you guys think about that one?
Well, I mean, the Lions were missing like their coaching staff. Stafford got injured really early in the game. It wouldn't have mattered still. It was just the Bucks are kind of like the Ravens uh NFC counterpart where it's basically just like they're going to beat up on bad teams. And then they're questionable against good teams. So, yeah, I mean, it was like he dropped that drop in the bucket to Gronk. That was really cool. But outside of that, like not too much to talk about. Lions are just ugh.
Kirby, I don't know if Nicholas can see the same thing, but I think your screen might be frozen.
It
Um,
is.
that's fine.
My wife.
Yeah,
That's
it
fine.
is frozen for me.
So yeah, it was definitely an odd game with that one. Tom Brady put up halftime stats that looked like full game stats. It was kind of over before it even really began. Just to real quickly answer chat's question, no, Kirby and I are not in the same house. It looks very, very similar, but we are not. Nicholas, did you have any thoughts?
Just the Lions are in for a rough couple of years. I don't see this team getting out of the darkness anytime soon. You got to feel bad for Stafford, stuck on these dog shit Lions teams, and he's busting his ass out there. He's trying to play, doing his best, playing through injury. He's tough as hell, but it doesn't matter. That team is they're in the gutter right now.
Real quick,
Bad days ahead for them. It's not going to get any better anytime soon. The Bucks still not completely sold on them. Brady looked very good. He had a great performance, but we'll see how they play against the Packers. I'm sure they'll have a rematch again, and maybe even the Saints. They might meet them in the playoffs.
Real quick, I want to thank Raul Gonzalez 16 for the follow, and no problem with the delay. Go ahead and move on to the right next game. So the next game that happened yesterday was the Niners versus Cardinals, which may or may not have sunk the Cardinals' chance of actually making the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, with the Bears win today, like it actually put the Bears in control of their own destiny. So the Cardinals are actually going to need the Bears to lose, which that just sounds weird after like the losing skid that the Bears were on. Uh, I mean, or the 49ers getting it done in classic fashion where they just run the ball a shit ton against the other team. Uh, I I was a little, or I don't know. What did you guys think of this game?
I had it on a little bit during the afternoon. I hate to do what Nico has said, but I wasn't too invested in this game. It was a little boring, not much happening on either side. I know the Cardinals had multiple opportunities to put it away, but ultimately Kyler couldn't get it done. Cliff couldn't lead them to the W. Really a lost season for the Cardinals. I don't think they were really built to last in the playoffs anyways, but they definitely could have made an appearance, and now that's out of their control. But
Yeah.
pretty disappointing end for them.
I agree. I think the Cardinals definitely controlled their own destiny the first half of the season. We all kind of thought they maybe not contenders, but definitely a playoff contender to a certain extent. It was definitely interesting to see how this offense has kind of plateaued and kind of even declined a little bit. I know D-Hop got hurt a little bit, and Murray was hurt towards the end of the game, but it's just been a kind of a strange season for the Cardinals as a whole. But let's quickly move on to probably the oddest game of yesterday's slate, which was the Raiders versus Dolphins, in which Tua Tagovailoa was benched for Fitzmagic, and Fitzmagic worked his magic and somehow brought out a win for this Dolphins team. I have no idea how he does it, but he does it, and I don't know what your thoughts are. But let's hear him.
I mean, that game was a complete clusterfuck, especially towards the end. But like once Fitzpatrick got in there, like the game completely changed. Like even just the feeling of the game, like it turned into the Dolphins. Just like it turned into a pendulum swing. I don't know, Nicholas. What did you think about Gruden and the Raiders?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy that the Dolphins managed to win in spite of a disgusting bailout call for the Raiders. Horrible weak PI call on a deep shot. I think it was the Ruggs, but Fitzmagic said, "Eat shit. I'm gonna ball out anyways," and that's what he did. Got him the W. I don't think Gruden made the wrong call there. I know people say, "Oh, he should have gone for the touchdown." 99% of the time, even per the ESPN app, that's the right play call. You bleed the clock out. They only had, I think, 19, 20 seconds to move down the field. It's just he trusted in his defense, but that Raiders defense is just hapless. They're
horrible.
They're like dreadful. But Gruden, who knows if he even plays out that 10-year contract. I think his time is wearing thin in Las Vegas.
This is his third season already, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Feels
7
like
more
it's gone
years.
by so quickly.
I actually read, I mentioned this, I might have texted this to you guys earlier. I read a rough analytical stat that said Tua Tagovailoa's arm strength today is only slightly stronger than Drew Brees' arm strength today.
I wouldn't, I'm not sure. I really haven't watched film of Tua in his games. I know he's averaging, I know in that game he had like 90 yards on, I think it was 19 completions or something like that. Just horrible. And I'm not sure if it's what Shan Gailey is scheming up, if he's focusing solely on short passing concepts, not getting him any deep shots or anything.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that Tua has been benched for Fitzmagic on multiple occasions now.
Yeah, and then commentary was trying to play it up like, oh, this is a really awesome thing. Like Tua and Fitzpatrick, they are the best of friends. Like whoever the color commentator was, he was just like he kept on talking up their relationship like it was everything. It got so nauseating after a while.
I don't think they hate each other though.
No, they don't. But it's just like the guy every single time Fitzpatrick stepped back in the pocket, he was like, "Well, they really don't, or like they just have so much respect for one another." It like that was my problem with it.
That
like
is a big talking point. They do bring that up a lot. I agree.
Okay, well, let's go ahead. This is a rapid react. So we need to kind of snap through some of these last few games here. Let's bunch two of these games together real quick. The Giants versus Ravens and Bears versus Jags. I think some of the takeaways we can talk about these ones is that the Jags have clinched the number one pick over the Jets. So T-Law is going to be going to Jacksonville. The Bears control their own destiny. And on the other flip side of that, the Ravens just beat up on the helpless Giants. It wasn't really much of a contest from the start of the game at all, honestly.
Yeah, I'll take the Jags. You can see they laid down. They were a team on a mission. Tank Commander Marone did his job. He did what Gase couldn't, and Trevor Lawrence is going to be a Jaguar unless someone gives them a king's ransom for that first overall pick.
Maybe the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh yeah. The Bears in the playoffs, if they do win in Week 17, that'll be interesting to see how Mitch does on his second playoff run. We'll see how that goes. The Giants-Ravens, I had that game on the side. Wasn't focusing too much on it. But again, like you said, Giants are a helpless team. Still a question mark at the quarterback position with McCoy and Jones. We'll see how they handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add, to be honest. Those two games were like just classic, like especially the Ravens. It's just like they beat up on the Giants. That's what they do.
Yep.
So the next game I want to talk about is Cleveland, New York. I was the only person to go New York plus 9.5 this week. What happened? What happened, Riley?
I mean, I think we all kind of knew what happened is that the Browns had 10 or so COVID cases that affected all of their skill positions on the offensive side of the football. I think even some of the offensive linemen. So
they had 2 promotions from the practice squad to wide receiver. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I think it was a COVID game that went against the Browns. It's not a whole lot to talk about. The only real keynote about this is it hurts the Browns' playoff chances, but they'll have a chance to play in next week, and then the Jets have secured themselves the number 2 pick. That's really the only thing that's significant about this game.
I don't have much to add, just that every time the Jets win, they hurt themselves. It's impressive, really.
Okay, let's quickly move on then, because we don't want to hear Kirby just flatiate himself. Falcons-Chiefs, 14-17. I don't think we need to talk about this one too much. We all kind of knew the Falcons were going to choke this one away, correct?
I think we should, because this defense balled out today. They played one hell of a game. Grady Jarrett played well. Foye, Luakun played very well. Almost had a pick 6, but Tyreek Hill's the fastest man in the league and ran him down. The defense did a commendable effort today. They played their ass off. This is one of the best defensive performances I've seen out of the Falcons. They played really well, but ultimately can always count on the Falcons to find a way to lose. And Tank Lieutenant Koo has been promoted. I think he's at least a general or commander now. But yeah, Falcons securing the number 3 spot. More than likely, they'll have the 3 spot
next week. All they have to do is just lose next week.
What, we play the Bucks?
Yep, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Sunday night has kicked back off, so we're going to quickly run through these last 6 games. Nicholas, we'll let you give the one and only take on this game. Bengals versus Texans. What's your thoughts?
The game ended with the right tackle getting blown by the Bengals' edge, and Deshaun fumbled. And this is just a microcosm of the season as a whole. Deshaun busting his ass, trying his best. Doesn't matter. He needs some help. And Bill O'Brien has destroyed this team.
Well, they shouldn't have fired Bill O'Brien. Moving on to the next one's Colts. Steelers. Colts blew a 24-7 lead, I believe. I still firmly believe the Steelers team is a complete and utter pretender. Thank you, Punch, P. Chanta, and Dixie the Hacker for the messages. These Steelers are complete pretenders. No chance that they actually make anything in the playoffs. I honestly would take the Colts to beat them in the playoffs. Moving on to the next one. Kirby, any thoughts on Panthers versus Washington or the Broncos and Chargers game?
I was the only person who called the Carolina game the way that it was. Washington's too banged up. Dwayne Haskins is an atrocious quarterback and was literally replaced by Taylor Heineke. So I feel like that that says enough right there. What was the other game?
Broncos Chargers.
Barely popped up on Red Zone. Have no idea what happened in that game. I just know the Chargers won off of a last-minute field goal.
19-16. Yep. I definitely weird to see Taylor Heineke come back out and play some more football. It's been what?
Was he the trick shot guy? Or trick?
I don't know 100% about that, but
there's one. I feel like he might be the trick shot guy. I don't know. I'll have to double check on that. Let's see.
We could talk
Philly Dallas.
Yep,
any thoughts on that game?
Is the Jalen Hurts train officially off the rails?
It certainly hurt. Ha, get it. It's certainly veering off. That was not ideal. Not ideal. I don't know. Did either of you? I didn't have the Rams Seattle on my TV, which was surprising. What did you guys think of that game?
I didn't get to watch any of it, but I'm sure Nicholas will know something about it, knowing he's a big Russell Wilson stan.
Yeah, I had it on the side, but I was more focused on the Eagles-Cowboys game going on. Goff is a bum and limits that team significantly, and it's a miracle that McVay can get out of him what he can, and they're just capped by him in the playoffs. Should they make a run, Goff is definitely limiting to that team.
So, Kirby, after hearing that in kind of the last few weeks, do you still have Goff as an A-tier quarterback?
Look, I've really regretted it ever since I picked it because it seems like he just keeps on getting worse and worse week after week. I mean, I can go back in my notes. Like, I have my notebook right here, and I can see, like, where I put Jared Goff B tier. I don't know why we put him A tier, to be honest. I really don't.
I mean, you were the one who put him there. I think you might have been feeding off the energy the crowd was giving you and turned.
I think I was. I really regret it.
So last thing we can talk about here real quick is any thoughts on the Titans versus Packers game for the first half? I know the Titans just scored a touchdown. Tannehill looks like he just scored a rushing touchdown to make it 14-19. Any thoughts in that first half?
Oh, well, the first half, I mean, the Packers were just absolutely dominating and controlling the ball. But they're definitely leaving some room for opportunity open for the Titans to come back. I'm expecting a little bit more out of Derrick Henry, to be honest. I thought this was going to be a big Derrick Henry game.
I see Nicholas watching the game live here on stream. So if you were needing a stream, I guess you could just click on this small little thing Nicholas is watching.
I would love to give the stream name, but I'm not sure. I don't want to get doxxed or anything or get the stream in trouble. So just know there are ways to view it for free.
So is it kind of something like if you were go to the gym, you might be able to get buff, and maybe you could do something about streams about it? Okay.
Maybe, or like one of my very close friends, Mark E. streams.
Well, that's interesting to hear. But okay, I think that's all we got for this week. We'll probably be back sometime next week with some more pick'ems.
Wednesday at 4. Oh yeah, also updated record on this past week. Let's see. So far, I've gone 8-5 against the spread, 9-5 win-loss. Riley has gone 4-9 against the spread, 7-7 win-loss. Nicholas has gone 4-9 against the spread, 6-8 win-loss. So Nicholas having the worst week, me having the best week. It's truly an awesome time.
Okay,
that's real quick. You blading yourself.
All right, let's quickly end this. So follow, like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. On that YouTube page, give us a thumbs up and ring that notification bell. Give us a thumbs up. And
dang,
for you guys,
I'm frozen. You can't even see me. This is the worst part.
This is gonna be Nicholas's favorite. For the rest of you guys, have a very, very chipper night.
No. Horrible.
Have a chipper night, guys.
Horrible.
Oh, you don't like that one?
Hell no.
How do you not like that one? It's pretty good.
I hate no. Fuck Chipper. Fuck all that.
All right,
All
see you
right, I'm
guys.
gonna try to